Halo guys, balik lagi di channel BadRush. Jadi hari ini mari kita lanjutkan kembali perjalanan kita di Genshin Impact ya. Jadi hari ini sesuai jadwal setelah kemarin kita berhasil menyelesaikan story questnya si Ito. Jadi hari ini mari kita cari lagi ending yang lain untuk Beido ya. Jadi mari segera kita mulai saja biar tidak usah berlama. Oh iya, sama gue tadi siang pas gua explore biasa ngabisin resin, terus gua nggak sengaja menemukan ini dari Toro, world quest dari Inazuma ya. Dia ini ada di sini, gua tunjukin ya di mana gua nemunya. Oke, habis itu kita hangout event soal Beidou, terus gua cari dulu juga endingnya Beidou, cara dapetin ending lainnya ya. Oke, special oke. Kita cari ending yang lain, sudah gue buka, tinggal kita ikutin. Tapi sebelumnya gue akan kasih lihat di mana gue nemu. Ini benar sekalian heal. Oke, di mana gue nemu ini Derito Road ya. Jadi kalian ke sini, terus kalian ke bawah sini. Di sini kan ada camp tuh. Nah ini karena udah kebuka, jadi harus investigasi ini kalau nggak salah. Ada camp gini, nah terus kalian ke belakangnya sini, ternyata nah ini bisa di view guys, ini jalan rahasia menuju ke sini. Nah bukan dari sini ke sini, nggak tahu sih jalan rahasia. Nah ini mau kita cek lewat world quest, cuman itu besok ya, jadwalnya besok kan world quest, jadi besok kita kan world quest, kemungkinan kita akan selesai ini juga. Terus BTW apa ya tadi ya, gua mau ngomong apa ya, oh sama dapat achievement ini. Setelah kalian menemukan jalan tadi, kalian bakal dapat achievement ini. Hello anyone in here, discover a secret passageway in Rito. Oke, jadi gitu ya. Jadi besok kita kan world quest ini, tapi hari ini kita hot mamah dulu. Oke, mana ini story quest. Oh klaim dulu. Nah alright, video, mari kita mulai lagi. Continue playing. Let's go. When the crook shines bright. Kita ke the crooks ya. Oke, a special quest apa quest sih? Oh quest. Oke. No. Telepon. Kita ikuti biar dapat ending yang lain. Oke.
Well, would you look who's
Oh
here?
langsung anjir.
Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up.
Ahoy there,
Hujan
traveler.
anjir.
So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
That's what I heard too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's vision hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough.
Oke, di pilihan ini kita pilih yang atas lagi ya untuk mencari ending yang lain. Ya sebenarnya yang bawah juga pasti akan nemu ending yang lain, tapi ini ending yang gua cari dulu ya, yang gua pilih dulu. Oke, kita pilih yang atas
Look at
lagi.
you being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you and Mondstadt too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
Di Beidou ini lumayan
I'd say
banyak
someone
guys
of your
pilihan.
caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
Termasuk yang terpanjang mungkin
That's
karena
right.
hangout baru ya.
Wow, I'm
Beidou
getting
ini termasuk
excited
baru,
just thinking of being the traveler's
beberapa
crewmate.
bulan yang lalu gitu.
Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck.
Captain, we were just trying to talk the traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beidou. Surely you've got a way to get the traveler on board.
Well, she's on board right now for the celebration, isn't she?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if
Dan
that
gua
were
rasa
the
dari
case,
keempat yang
then the
pernah gua
Crocs,
mainin,
known
BD
for
ini
always
termasuk yang
moving forward to the next horizon,
lama
would
untuk
instead
hangout
be
event ya.
holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't
Bisa
think
hampir
that part
sejam
through.
baru beres anjir.
Remember, rather than seeking
Kalau
out
yang lain
strong
kadang
members
cuma
to join
30
us,
menit
you should
dah
be
beres
focusing
itu.
on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes? A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the Traveler, as you were. The Traveler and I have something to discuss.
Oke.
I'm
Tidak
glad
jadi
you
tiga
came.
crew.
Welcome back aboard.
Oke, kita pilih yang ini ya. The crew seem excited. That's good.
Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be pretty embarrassing to continue letting my guests be put on the spot like that. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way.
Why would I? Ya, kita pilih yang bentar. Why would I semua? I'm actually quite interested. Oke, kita pilih yang atas ya. Oke.
Oh, is that so? Well, it just so happens that we're doing some recruitment and training for new crew members while we're back. It'll be a first-rate chance to learn the life of a sailor. Since you're interested, why don't you come along and experience a sailor's life firsthand? I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land.
Oke, kita pilih yang atas lagi ya. Alright, Captain, show me the ropes.
Good. Come with me. I've got something interesting for you to see.
Oke. Kita ke the Tusa.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux.
Oke. Kalau di sini kita pilih yang ini ya, the vision of the crux. Let's
The
go.
vision of the Crux.
Crux.
Oh, we don't have that many visions, kid. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
Kita pilih yang the shield of the crux. Oke.
As I expected, you have a will to protect others. There are 2 main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on: survival
Crux.
knowledge and entertainment. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields.
Oke, yang ini kita pilih yang atas ya. Kebanyakan pilih yang
Each
atas
sailor
semua.
has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew. If there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later. I look forward to seeing how you do.
Oke. Sekarang seperti kemarin kita ngobrol dengan semua orang di sini.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything in between. Oh, I presume the captain
Terus
arranged
kalau
this,
untuk pilihan yang
correct?
kayak gini
All right then.
nggak pengaruh ya.
Let's begin.
Jadi kalian
But
terserah
first
boleh
of
pilih
all,
apa
let me
aja.
ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face? That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea. Oh, I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job in an unforgiving environment. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious, or even fatal. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising. Most newcomers think the same way. But hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, a lot of these things can be avoided. Well, I think that's enough for you to think over for now. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Kita ke yang bawah.
Are you concerned about them? No wonder Captain Beto thinks you're different. There must be more to you than just your strength. If you can convince Mora Grubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost titled Convalescence Payments and Incapacity Support for Injured Crew Members. Regardless of the fleet's income, those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensation every year. Some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have chosen to go out traveling the world. The money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. I'm sure being based on land helps a lot with that too. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason, you know. But if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beto is in charge of the Crux, no one will get forgotten. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Thanks, I've learned a lot. Okay.
My pleasure. Okay, let's leave it there then. Be sure to take good care of your health.
Oke, sudah kita tanya sama Yinsing, terus lanjut. Aduh, duduk.
I'll race you there. Sorry about earlier, traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in. Oh, well in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most talented navigator in Liyue Harbor. I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between 2 points. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances. It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the Crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret. Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Well, that just about covers the basics of chart reading. Is there anything else you would like to know, traveler?
Nothing else, thank
My
you.
pleasure. A friend of Captain Beto is a friend of mine.
Alright. Sekarang yang ketiga itu ada di atas ya guys. Let's go. Di atas yang gini.
Get ready for
for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Ini yang paling capek. Pelan aja deh. Takutnya kehabisan tenaga kita. Solusi. Ya ini. Ya di sini yang paling lama dalam hangout eventnya. Terus ke atas sini loh. Pokoknya nyampe ini. Oke. Ih, ngeri guys ya di sini. Aduh, takut jatuh. Shit. Oke.
Hello, traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology? In my line of work, I've got to have a pair of sharp eyes. I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member. Okay, let's get started. First, I'll introduce you to the basics of meteorology. Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena, so things like sea fog, storm surges, water spouts, and so on. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take water spouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage. But if you know that water spouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you can be well prepared. You will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions, with a significant difference in speed, is a direct precursor to the formation of waterspouts. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch. Well, I'm good at reading the sea, but I'm not as good as the captain when it comes to reading people. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshuin? I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there fishing with the adults. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an environment like that as a kid is solid proof of the captain's capabilities. If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told me I could do it. You may not have heard, but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story involving me, third round knockout, and
Tapi itu ya,
a few too many.
Baik seperti
Who would ever have
Cuma
thought that the
mencari
rookie
harta
sailor
karun,
who fell
nggak
drunk into the
ngerebut ya.
sea and became a laughingstock
tahu sih.
among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character. Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Oke, sudah beres guys. Sekarang kita ke bawah ketemu Peido lagi. Mana orangnya? Oh itu dia. Oke.
So you've already finished talking to the crew,
Sekarang
huh?
kita jawab ya. Kita cek dulu.
I thought it would take
Apa
you a while
jawabannya?
longer. So, what did you think?
Kita pilih yang ini ya. It was a little hard, but I can handle it.
Now you know that the shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. Let's get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members?
Oke, jawabannya itu ini.
Is that your final answer? All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet
Berarti kok udah
plots its
bener ya
route
kemarin.
using
Kayaknya ini
nautical
jawaban
charts.
bener semua deh
The
guys.
charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines?
Nah, ini salah nih. Kita pilih yang to mark distances.
Okay, interesting. Now, last question. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For example, water spouts. So my question is, How can we reliably predict water spouts so we can avoid them?
Yang ini strong winds in opposite. Nah, yang ini ya guys ya. Nah.
Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head
langsung
around
penuh.
how great you are,
Kalian
you
nggak kelihatan sih,
surprised me
cuman
with something
hatinya
new.
yang kemarin gua bilang
got them all
kalau
correct.
berkurang 2, sekarang
They weren't the
2-nya
most
itu yang
difficult
bolong
questions,
itu
but they weren't
sekarang
ones
udah
you could
lengkap.
bluff your way through either.
Jadi kalau kalian
You've clearly been paying
mainin
attention to my
hangoutnya
crew.
Bedo, kalian bakal
Okay,
punya
then.
hatinya lebih banyak,
Now
yaitu
it's
hatinya
time to
6.
apply
Kalau
that
biasanya
endless
kalau setahu gue
talent
itu
of yours
5.
to learning some
6
new
cuman 2-nya itu
recreational
kosong
activities.
guys. Nah, ini kalau kalian kayak tadi kayaknya bener jawab semua. Nah, 2 hati yang kosong tadi bakal nambah sekarang jadi full. Nah, sekarang hati gua di sisi kanan atas jadi full lagi nih. Oke, sekarang pilihannya adalah to be clear. Nah, wrestling, ya sebenarnya ini itu sih. Kan kita
Don't worry,
salah kemarin.
all
Nah,
our
ini udah
recreational activities
jelas
are
bakal dapat
respectable and,
ending yang beda kayaknya.
Above board. You need to realize
Tapi
that
emang gue
being
ngincer
out at sea might
apa
be
ending yang
fun for
beda,
the
jadi
first
pasti
few
dapat
days
yang
while
beda sih.
everything's new, but before too long, looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally. That is why regular recreational activities are an absolute necessity. We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation, as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged.
Oke, kita pilih yang atas ya.
Well, for today, at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
Oke, kita bakal foto-foto ini kayaknya. Oh, ada kelas-kelasnya. Jadi kayak sekolah guys di sini.
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate.
Oke, cuma ada satu jawaban ini ya.
Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, Traveler.
It would be my pleasure.
Great! It's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Yes, Captain.
Oke, jadi kita jadi ini ya. Jadi guru baru ya.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler. Oh yeah? What's that?
We will need a model.
Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be?
Oke, kita pilih yang Kapten Bedo ya. Ini dia.
Me? well, we could do that. Or, Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Guyunstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives. Those were your exact words, Captain.
Were they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the camera.
Malu
Or
anjir.
Fuzhong. Or more
Fuzhong.
grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Real funny, guys.
Oke, terus kita pilih Trust Your Crew, Captain. Nah, ini dia.
Well, if you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, traveler?
Kita pilih yang bawah, Smile and Be Happy.
Like this?
Oke, tidak ada jawaban lain ya.
You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong.
Kita pilih yang perhaps people around ini ya. Oke.
I never said that.
Kita pilih we can go somewhere a better view. Oke, ini ya.
You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
Iya anjir, ini cocok kalau kita jadi yang cowok anjir.
But I'm
Jadi harem
open to
coba
persuasion. If you have a suitable
Yang
place in
cowok
mind,
ini
I can consider it. Just to be clear, I won't
menyebar jala ke
necessarily
semua
agree.
wanita anjir.
It depends on the place you have in mind.
Oke. I've heard fishing village ya. Mana nih? Iya, Wang Suin kan? I've heard. Ah ya, bener. Let's go.
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now, isn't it? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map.
Kita pilih yang ini, oke?
Treasure? There? I guess I missed out on that one. It just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. Now that you've mentioned it,
itu desa yang
given me the
dulu
urge
itu ya.
to go back and take a look
Dulu
around.
dari sana
And how
pintu.
about we take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit?
Oke, sekarang kita ke sana. Head to the fishing village. Let's go. Iya anjir, kalau jadi si cowok cocok anjir. Banyak yang cocok kalau jadi cowok. Maksudnya ininya ya, obrolannya ya. Kalau ini kan cewek sama cewek jadinya. Aduh, cuman nggak apa-apa lah, sudah terlanjur milih Paduka Tuan Ratu Lumine. Jadi ya sudah, mari kita lanjut. Iya anjir, kan jadinya kalau kita pakai yang cowok jadi kayak harem ya. Ayaka juga kayaknya Ayaka mau. Si siapa itu? Kokomi kemarin juga kayaknya malu-malu juga, tapi kan karena kita cewek jadinya. But ya sudahlah, let's go. Oke. Ini udah event terakhir ya.
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
What actually happened here?
A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around.
Oke, jalan-jalan lagi.
People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called.
Oke.
To Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name.
Oke, kita pilih yang mana ini? Kok beda? Jadi kita pilih ngasal aja guys. Di sini ada pilihan tapi di guide-nya nggak ada. Ya udah, kita pilih maybe you've been gone too long.
Right.
Di sini no other choice semua.
5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here.
Jadi ya sudah.
I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I
Oke,
remember finally
kita ikutin
managing to
aja.
find half a rice bun.
Karena sudah beda tempatnya, gua rasa ini bakal ending yang pasti beda lah gitu.
Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running, but straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end.
Mati anjir.
Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
Okay.
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
Apa yang buatmu pergi?
Do you know what the name Beidou means?
Apa artinya?
Come on, I'll explain along the way.
Oh, Beidou ada
About
arti.
a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed
Ini
away.
kenapa beda kayaknya pilihan gue
During
udah
that same
bener.
period, the harvest was getting worse and the
Atau mungkin
fishermen's
dua
catch was
tadi
getting
guys yang
smaller
bikin beda.
day by day.
Tapi ya sudah, kita
Without
ikutin
the
aja
village
guys.
chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch.
Cepet
But
banget
in the
jalannya
end,
Beidou.
they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out.
Mati semua
They
ini.
said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou.
Oke.
Then some of the villagers started shouting.
Bentar
They
guys,
drove me out of the village.
kita selesaikan dulu.
They shouted, Nando controls life.
Pengaruh nggak ya?
Beidou
Gua coba ya.
controls death. Beidou controls death. Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I
Malah
realized that
gelut sendiri
Beidou
anjir.
was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death.
Bentar, Kapten Beidou. Saya lagi sibuk. Tiba-tiba ada ini guys, random event. Sayang banget kalau nggak diapa. Jarang-jarang random event.
Dodge this!
Leave it all to me.
Freeze!
Wah, anjing. Ini apa? Kok ada yang ngebug? Ini apa guys? Ini apa cuk? Bentar. Apa ini? Bentar guys, kalian akan melihat keanehan apa ini. Apa itu cok? Hilang dan ya sudah. Oke. Untung ininya nggak hilang ya. Oke. Let's go.
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief.
Oke,
I
ini
bet he
rumah
never
rumah
expected that the little
lamanya.
girl he took in would grow
Oh,
up to
ini
be
udah
seen
mulai
as a
nyambung
curse
guys sama yang
that
gua tari.
brought about the village's total destruction.
Ini rumahnya Pak RT dulu ya.
What do you mean?
Ini Markon.
Is that all?
Oh, berarti Beidou itu artinya ini apa
And let me
namanya guys?
guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well?
Apa namanya? Artinya
Well, you
curse,
seem to wreak
kutukan
havoc on a
Beidou.
grander scale than I ever could. Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget
soalnya
that
pas
the people
dia
whose
hanya
names
diambil
stick around are
sama
the ones who
warga
emerge
desa
from the
sini,
stormy
jadi
seas unscathed.
langsung
And the ones who
banyak
get swept
bencana
away
di
in the
desa
wind are
ini
the
gitu.
fledgling
Makanya
birds
dia
who
kasih
couldn't
nama dia Beidou.
I, for one, have never encountered a
Artinya
storm I
itu
couldn't
tadi
weather.
kesialan atau
Your journey's far from
kutukan
over,
tadi
isn't it?
gitu.
Just remember, There's no telling what else you might
Ngeri juga
encounter in this
namanya,
vast
artinya
world.
kenapa doanya jelek
So if
sekali
you ever find
namanya.
some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go. Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
Ini kayaknya tidak ada pilihannya. Bentar gua lihat dulu, guys. Oke, tidak ada pilihannya, jadi kalian bebas pilih.
Come on, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
Oke. Kita pilih yang ini ya. Allah. Let's go.
What? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
Alright, sudah beres guys. Jeng. Flirtatious. Ya, ini emang ini yang gue cari ya. Tapi entah kenapa di guide sama di sini kok ada sedikit perbedaan, jadi gue agak bingung, tapi endingnya tetap akhirnya sama sih. Maksudnya pilihan di sini itu cuma dikit guys, tapi pas kita di pilihan sini kita kan ada banyak milih ya. Maksudnya lebih banyak pilihan di sini daripada yang ada di guide-nya, makanya tadi gue agak bingung ini milih yang mana, di sini nggak ada. Jadi kalau kayak gitu gue coba pilih asal. Tapi yang kemarin pas soal Barbara itu yang gue mau cari ending yang mana tapi malah dapetnya yang lain, nah itu mungkin mungkin gua harus cari sumber yang lain ya, biar endingnya tepat lah. Kayaknya ada update terus ada perubahan dikit deh, atau gua nggak tahu sih, atau mungkin emang guide-nya kurang lengkap aja. Tapi nggak apa, tetap kalau kita improvisasi pasti dapat yang lain kok. Pokoknya udah ikut aja, kalau nggak ya kalian ulangi lagi juga nggak apa-apa, di skip aja nggak masalah. Ini kan biar biar kita tahu ceritanya kan ternyata beda dari kemarin. Oke, jadi kita sudah dapat ending kedua. Jadi hari ini kita akhiri di sini dulu aja. Kita dapat flirtatious. I thought we agreed to strike a flirtatious pose. Sorry, you agreed with who again? Alright, beres ya guys ya. Jadi kita sudah dapat ending keduanya Beidou. Besok kita akan world quest di Toro, jelas besok world questnya. Terus lusa kita akan buka Zhongli biar kita bisa buka Asdaha juga. Oke, so sampai di sini dulu guys untuk hari ini, untuk episode hari ini. Terima kasih buat yang udah like, subscribe, dan yang udah nonton juga, yang udah share dan komen juga. Thank you banget. Jadi sampai bertemu besok and have a good day. Bye bye.